Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. As you can tell, my name is Jason and I will be introducing today's video. So I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter as I go through the usual spiel that most of you guys are fairly familiar with. Guys, if you have any strategies, anything you would like us to film, any suggestions, any ideas, questions, please email us at sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. We haven't gotten a strategy sent to us in a few weeks, so I love shooting these videos for you guys. Please send them to us. And of course, our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are enjoying the how to deal with the full dice, full craps instructional videos that we are putting out for you guys, the whole course. Putting them out 2 a week, so I hope you guys are enjoying them. If anybody's interested, just check the description down below. And otherwise, what I want to say is we have live streams. Live streams are coming very soon. The equipment is in the mail. It is on the way. So I don't want to take up too much time here. There is going to be a lot of information about the live stream, how to sign up, how to join us on our craps tournaments or anything else. Just check the end of the video. Even if you don't watch the full video, skip over to the end. At the end of the video, I'm going to have a discussion on a lot more detail on the live streams. I'm going to put that in the next couple weeks worth of videos. So please keep an eye, guys. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, and hopefully it's not super short, but it's a fairly basic strategy, I want to talk about a regression strategy that we would do on a $10 table. There's a couple different types you can do. So I'm going to go with the most basic one. Now, the thing about this one is it does not matter what the point is. Okay, we'll just pick a random one. Point is 10. Because there is no pass line bet, so the point does not matter. 160 across, including the point. So this is probably something that you want to have, you know, a $1,000 bankroll for, which if you're on a $10 table, $1,000 bankroll is fairly reasonable. And what is it we're looking for? What we're looking for is we're looking for the ability to get across without impacting our bankroll. We're already $160 out. So we're looking to get across, a table minimum would be $64 across. We're looking to get $64 across and get our $160 back so that we haven't impacted our bankroll. We're not playing with casino money because if it's your bet, it's your money. You can take it down, take it to the cage, but it doesn't impact the bankroll that you bought in for. How can you do it? There are so many different ways you can do this particular regression. One common way is just take 2 hits. Take 2 hits and then come down. Because except for these numbers, the inside numbers all pay $35, right? So all you need is 2 hits and you've got your 64 across plus an extra $6. You got your 64 across plus an extra $6. So you take your bets down, have them bring you up to 64 across, and now you have the 160 back in your bankroll plus an extra $6. So you've got your starting bankroll back plus some, but that plus is fairly minor. Another way of doing this is at this point now, the first one, you're just basically trying to get 2 hits and then come down. So you're looking for a very, very short roll. Now this other version is more targeting rolls of 5 to 6 rolls of the dice before you get a 7 or get a repeater. Because this is more thinking that there's probably not going to be, that numbers don't repeat all that often. Statistically, it's very unlikely, not very, but it's statistically unlikely for a number to repeat. So what it is you individually regress. So let's say a 6 were to roll, right? So if a 6 were to roll, it's a couple different ways you can do this. One aspect is to throw in $3 and say, give me an $18 6. Now you've got $50 sitting in front of you. Now, started with 166, let's say. The 160 across plus the 6 here. So you had $166 in your bankroll, and you put 160 of it out. So now you've pulled back 47 of it. You're getting closer. Let's say a 5 were to roll. Now a 5, in this one you might only regress it down to $10, 2 units. Now you've got $103 sitting in your bankroll out of your 166 originally. Take a 3rd hit. Let's say a 4, just because it's going to pay us pretty good. This one we're going to go ahead and take the regs instead of throwing in $1. because, again, we want to take it down to 2 units. $167 right there. Got $167 right there, and we actually still have 3 bets that are green. You have a choice. You can take it down. You can take these down, regress all of them down to get down to a lower unit. You also could have taken this one to 12 instead of 18. Maybe when that $30 hit happens and you get paid $35, you throw in $2. And you only take it down, and you take it down to 12 instead of 18. Nothing wrong with that strategy at all. What if you want to go a little bit less of a buy-in? All right, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we can do. Or not really less of a buy-in, but less of an initial upfront hit. Here's another one that I have seen. $96 across. We do $96 across. Now again, remember, this is a $10 minimum bet table. In order to do a regression strategy, you have to have your bet starting out above the minimum bet, because you can't regress down if you're already at the lowest possible bet that you're allowed for that particular table. So we've got $96 here. Give them 4 1, so we had $100 to start with. Now again, you're looking to drop down as soon as something hits. So if a 5 were to hit, you're going to drop down to $10. Let's say a 6 were to hit. Going to drop it down to $10. Let's do one more. We'll do the 4 again. Why not? So the 4, we'll pay $27. Drop it down to $10. Now what you see here is after 3 hits of a number, you are down to, you've got $91 in front of you. So you've got $91 back into your bankroll. So you're still down $9, but you still have a few decent bets here. Now some of these, if you happen to hit a couple of repeaters, it's sort of frustrating. You see regressive players and a number repeats. You can see it in the, some of them are fairly quiet. Other ones will make a big production. They'll huff, they'll roll their eyes, they'll flip their hands around, like it's so terrible that that a number repeated itself. And it's just terrible to them because they regressed. Well, there's probably at least one person on the table that pressed when they hit that number. So now they're suddenly, the regressor is suddenly making less money while the presser is pulling up a pretty decent amount of money up into their bankroll, or pressing up even higher. So, the repeaters are where you start seeing regressors get a little bit frustrated. But that's also where they're likely to start pressing it slightly. It kind of depends. If they haven't pulled back enough to replenish their initial bankroll, they may say bet a couple times. And I've seen that where the same number might hit 3 or 4 times, and the regressor now is really angry. Very few of them are stone-faced at this point if they've been same betting because they wanted to get their money back, whereas everybody else is now up into the black already. But again, you've got options with this. You can do this however you want to do it. But you have to start out higher than the table minimum. So this one is based off of a $10 table minimum, and ideally I recommend that you either start with the 160 across or you start with 96 across. You can do 108 across. The problem with 108 across is, well, the most basic problem is it just takes longer to set up. That's what it really comes down to, is it takes longer to set up. This is the least common bet for us to set up. So it's the one that is the slowest to set up. But here's the beauty of it. In fact, I'm going to have to change what I just said. This is not bad at all. I actually do kind of like it as far as regression strategies go. And I left $2 over there, so we'll just say there's $110 in the initial bankroll. What I like about this particular one, the 108 across, is you're getting a green when you come down. When you come down, you're getting a green. Pick one. Let's say that, we'll do the 6, 5, and 4 like we've done already. So let's say the 6 hits, okay? So we'll pay it 30 for 2, right? We're getting a green. We come down to $12. Now remember, we started with $110 in our bankroll, that 108 across, and then we had our $2 change. So now let's say that 5 rolls. Take it down to 10. Now what if that 4 rolls? We get 40 for 1. We now have $129 back in our bankroll. Bankroll was only 110. So when you're starting out at the 4 units and dropping down to 2 units as your regression style, you're pulling back a green plus some every single time. So that's where the 108 across is nice. Of course, the 160 cross is even nicer. So given a choice, I would say stick between 96 or 160. But the 108 is certainly viable. You're going to be pulling up a green every single time you regress down. So I know there's a lot of regression players out there. So I hope you guys find this interesting, enlightening, illuminating for the non-regression players. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Bye now. Okay guys, so as I promised at the end of the videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the live stream and how it's going to work. So the first thing is, if you're interested in being one of the players for our craps tournaments, which is we're going to have every single week, please email us at sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. I need the email addresses and want to know who is interested so that we can get it set up and we can select it. I'm going to have the first round is going to be 16 players. There'll be 4 players per week. The 5th week is going to be the 4 champions from the previous weeks to get an ultimate champion. Haven't decided yet what the prize will be. Maybe I'll see if I can pick up another one of these lights. But we'll have some sort of prize for our champion. So please, if you're interested, email us. I want to pick the first 8 players, the first 2 weeks worth of players, so that we'll have the first 4 ready for the first week, and the other 4 will be kind of backup, just in case somebody has connection issues or something comes up and they're not able to play that week. Then I've got the other players on standby, so I can just bump one of them up and maybe shift the first person down or something along those lines. The main tournament is going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock my time, Las Vegas time, 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. And it's the way it's going to work is it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to do the live stream for an hour. I'm going to do the game for an hour, rather. And it might work out to about 30 rolls, might work out to about 40 rolls. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be time. It's going to be an hour. Instead of the craps tournaments that they do down on the strip where it's 30 rolls, we're going to do an hour. So I want to make sure I have a finite time limit for this to start with. And then we will go from there. I'm going to find a way, either a Discord or a Zoom or a private chat room, some way for the players to be logged into something where I can communicate with them on my second computer so that they can tell me what their bets are, what they want to bet, what they want to press when something hits, without me having to scroll through the full chat of the live stream itself. I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on that. And if we have enough people watching and chatting, it could be difficult to keep an eye. So I have to figure that part out. Another reason I need the emails, so I can communicate back and forth with the potential players. So if you're interested, again, please email me. Eventually, just pretty much everybody's going to have an opportunity to be in on these things because we're going to do multiple ones. I'm also looking at probably doing a second craps tournament, maybe late Wednesday nights, possibly, I'm not sure, where I'm going to do it a little bit different. The second one is going to be, instead of 1 hour and then whoever's got the most chips is the winner, because those craps tournaments tend to have really weird strategies. They're not normal strategies that you'd see in normal play, because you're competing against other players and you just want to make sure you have more chips than them by the end. What I'm going to do with the second tournament is, instead of a weekly winner, we're going to play for an hour, and then I'll keep track of how much money people still have on there, or how many chips they still have. And then the next week, same players are going to keep going. Basically, this game will go until the bankrolls end, until we have one person with money left, or chips left. Again, there's no money involved in this. So once we have one final winner, so people will drop out as their play money bankrolls expire as they run out of chips. So that one, I'm guessing we'll see some more normal strategies, the kind of things people actually play when they're actually playing craps. And then eventually we're going to add baccarat, pai gow, 3-card poker, blackjack, of course, to these tournaments. Whatever we can, to these live streams and live stream tournaments, whatever we can, when we can, as best we can. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. We have a lot of time constraints between me working full-time plus a child. But we're going to do the best we can. We're very, very excited to have this going. And we also will try and pick a day or time where I can do a patron exclusive tournament or two. We'll see. We'll see how many of our patrons are interested, and see if we can't get that going as well, where it's only on the patron site. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Please, if you're interested in playing in one of the tournaments or partaking in our live streams, aside from just the chat, obviously it's a live stream. Please watch, chat with us, let us know how it's going or what you think, and otherwise, please, again, email us, sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Any suggestions, please hit us up. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye now.